Superman is back. Let's talk about it.
My father believed that if the world found out who I really was, they'd reject me. He was convinced that the world wasn't ready. What do you think?
Man of Steel starts off on Krypton, and Krypton is in really bad shape. The planet's becoming unstable, and Jor-El and Lara have just given birth to baby Kal-El. So, realizing this, they decide to send him off to Earth to give him a chance to grow up and be a man. Now, I really like how they started the movie like this, because they spend a lot of time on Krypton, so you get to learn more about the civilization, their politics, and everything, and I thought that was really neat. You really got an in-depth look at how things work. Now, I got to see Man of Steel a day early, because Walmart did a partnership with Warner Brothers, or something of that sort, and they were selling tickets for that. So I went and got the tickets through there, went with my girlfriend and a couple buddies, and this is what we got for purchasing the tickets through Walmart. And it worked out great because we got this cool little lanyard badge. It was $3 cheaper than what it would have cost to go to the theater regularly, and we got to see the movie a day early, so it was a win-win. I didn't really watch any trailers for this. I saw the first couple of trailers. I did a review for the third trailer, I think it was, that came out. But all the TV spots that kept showing more additional footage, I didn't watch any of them. I hardly watch TV as it is, so I avoided everything else because I'm sick of trailers spoiling movies. So needless to say, I was really pumped up and excited for Man of Steel, and I loved it. I thought the movie was really good, and it gave me everything I was looking for going into it. So I want to start off talking about Henry Cavill as Clark Kent, Superman, and Kal-El. I thought he did a fantastic job. He has the look for the role, and he definitely has the build for the role, and whenever he had the outfit on with the cape, that was Superman. Like, every time he was there, he looked like Superman. And by the way, I thought the outfit looked awesome. I was really, really happy with how it looked. I was a little sketchy about it when they said they were going to make a lot of changes, but I thought it looked perfect. I thought he did a really good job as Clark Kent as well. I really bought into the fact that he had to hide away from everything and not expose what he was. And you could tell that he had this internal struggle with it because he didn't know what he was or where he came from. And Michael Shannon as General Zod was really good as well. I was really excited when I found out that General Zod was going to be the main antagonist in the film because I wanted to see Superman throw down, and having Zod in there, you knew that that's what you were going to get. And he was a really interesting character as well because you kind of sympathize with him because he's not so much a villain. He has a purpose for everything that he does, and there's reason for it. Now, I don't think it's going to be one of those performances that people are going to be talking about forever, but Michael Shannon definitely came to play, and he did a really good job. Russell Crowe, Kevin Costner, Diane Lane, and Amy Adams also all were really good, especially Russell Crowe and Kevin Costner. They were perfect in the film, and they really brought a lot of emotional connection to the story. And for a decent portion of the film, I was really emotionally invested into everything. When Kal-El reaches Earth, they flash forward and they show you an older Clark Kent, and they use flashback sequences to get you up to speed with how he discovered some of the things about himself and the relationship with Ma and Pa Kent. Kevin Costner was fantastic in these scenes, as well as everybody that portrayed a young Clark Kent. The scenes were gripping and emotional and got me teary-eyed a couple of times. Unfortunately, the emotional connection I had to the movie didn't hold up until the end. I was emotionally invested for probably the first half of the movie, but after that, there's a complete change of tone, and I was okay with that because we got a bunch of badass action scenes, and that's what I wanted to see. I thought Zack Snyder did a really good job with the visuals, and you'd come to expect that, and he used a lot of interesting camera shots to show the action. And I had a lot of fun with the action scenes. It really showed the strength of the Kryptonians, and I thought it was really cool how they displayed that. Because what I wanted to see was Superman and General Zod throwing down, and they definitely do. Now, would I have liked to have been emotionally connected to the movie from beginning to end? Of course, but it didn't disappoint me at all because I was emotionally connected, I felt everything, I got emotional a couple of times, and then I got to see some great action, which is what I wanted to see as well. So when the action kicked in and it changed that tone, I was on board with it because I was having a lot of fun with it, and it was awesome. And during the course of all the action, there's probably thousands of people that were killed in the movie, which makes me think that in the sequel, we're going to start hearing everybody say Metropolis was an inside job. Probably not, but if it happens, you heard it here first. I thought Zack Snyder did a really good job directing. He held back when he had to, but when the action kicked in, he put you right in the mix of it and gave you some great visuals. Now, I also did a couple of scenes in here that were similar to how James Cameron did Avatar, where you'd be focusing on a particular object and the camera would be moving with it, and then you'd do that shaky cam zoom in so you get like that closer look. I really like that style of filming, and I'm really glad he incorporated that into the movie. And the score was fantastic. I loved the score. I think after the trailers, everybody was expecting a great score, and Hans Zimmer does not disappoint with it. Really enjoyed the score. I wish we could have heard the actual theme a little bit more throughout the movie, but you do get a fair share of it. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed Man of Steel. I can't wait for the sequel. The movie gave me everything I wanted. I have a couple little minor nitpicks here and there, but you know what? I was happy with everything. I was able to get emotionally connected to the characters, I got to see Superman throwing down, Henry Cavill did a great job, I am completely satisfied. If you've seen Man of Steel, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought about it. Also let me know if you did the Walmart early screening. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to follow everything else that I do. Until next time, keep it groovy.